Yeah, we're going to have a brief cool down going into Saturday too, but that won't last long. Between the transition here, we do have some ice potential for tonight coming down. It's going to be ice or snow likely. And really, if you look at the icy road potential, and this is looking at if you get at least 100 or 200s, that's the potential right here. It's along and just west of I-94. Further northeast you go, it's cool enough. It'll probably be just snow. Further south and west, it'll be more probably just drizzle or even barely nothing as you go further west too. So in between, elevation will make a difference too. Shaded areas, all that's going to make a big difference in what the temperature does and if any ice accumulates. Most of this, all this will be done before the morning commute. It's just a question of if it lingers, some road conditions through the morning commute. And I would think maybe some side roads or less traveled roads will be one they have to keep an eye on. Temperature right now, we're staying right around 31, 32, a little cooler up to the north. They're in the 20s. That's why it's all going to be like snow up there. Here's the transition zone right there. And further south and west you go across the river, you're more in 34, 35 degrees. So the other thing to keep a note of is a dew point. We look at that to see how far the temperature could fall when it does start to precipitate, because you want about 100% relative humidity. You can see up here, mid-20s, that means it's going to fall at least a couple degrees, and that puts you in the zone for freezing precipitation or snow if it's further. As you look down towards Preston, Decorah, they're still sitting at 30, 32. That means unlikely you're going to drop enough with the temperature to get the freezing drizzle. It'll probably be more just drizzle in these areas. Overnight, as we go, we're not going to see much in the way of precipitation until we get about 10, 11 p.m. The first area comes through the Twin Cities. Eau Claire, it's going to be probably just after 10:30 to 11. You can see they're right on the eye of snow. There's your freezing precipitation, that pink that's sliding just south and west of I-94, coming just across the river potentially. It'll continue down to about 2 to 3, and you can see the transition is right along I-94. It's real spotty. This won't be continuous freezing drizzle or freezing rain. It'll be off and on. And note the temperatures, 31, 31. If you go further south, 34. So west of the river, a lot of this may actually transition to just drizzle. Once we get to about 3 to 4, everything begins to push off to the east. But the morning commute, we shouldn't see any precipitation going on, but roads could be an issue. Once again, inside roads, as you know, temperatures are right around freezing. Beyond that, it's really going to be the wind's going to be the story and the falling temperatures with clearing skies. As we go throughout the afternoon, you start seeing temperatures get back into the 20s, and potentially as we go towards the evening hour, we'll be back into the teens. So it's definitely going to get cold-ish compared to what we had for the last 2 days. The winds, potentially 30 to 35 in the morning. The good news is they drop off really quickly as we go to the evening. These are gusts. We get to the gusts, we're under 20 by the time we get to 6 p.m. So it's just a transition there we'll have. Temperature Saturday, it's going to be cold once again. Single digits once again will clear out. Cold day for Saturday too, teens and 20s. Beyond that then, once we get past Saturday and we got the cloud cover to increase Saturday night, we'll have milder conditions for Sunday. We'll get back into the 30s, and then yes, 40s are coming back for a couple days. The precipitation chances I mentioned yesterday is a little bit uncertain. It's getting a little bit less too for next week as things kind of shift south or north of us, but we do stay above average for the most part next week. Once again, that could change too again next week, but the big story is ice tonight, windy tomorrow, cold Saturday, and then yeah, 30, 40s coming back.
Hey, 120s in the forecast. I'm all for that. Just one.
Thank you, Greg.